unmasking the true beneficiaries of war in the DRC. The Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, is once again engulfed in war, and the mainstream narrative tells us that this is about ethnic conflict, security, and Rwanda's supposed ambitions to annex Congolese territory. But is that the full story? When we take a deeper look, the real question emerges: who benefits from this instability? Let's analyze the key players, their motives, and the hidden forces driving the conflict. 1. Colonial borders and the existence of Congolese Tutsis. Before colonial rule, ethnic groups moved freely between what is now Rwanda, Uganda, and the DRC. The Berlin Conference, 1884-85, divided Africa into colonial territories, and Belgium controlled both Rwanda and the Congo, Zaire. Some Tutsi populations were already in eastern Congo for centuries. Others migrated during Belgian rule, when Belgium encouraged Rwandans, Tutsis and Hutus to move to the Kivu region for labor in mining and agriculture. After Rwanda gained independence in 1962, some Tutsis fled from anti-Tutsi violence and settled permanently in eastern Congo. By the time Zaire, now DRC, became independent in 1960, these communities had already been in the region for generations. The problem: because they are Tutsis, many Congolese wrongly see them as Rwandan, even though they have lived in Congo for centuries. 2. The racism and exclusion parallel with Black Americans. The rejection of Congolese Tutsis is deeply rooted in ethnic prejudices, much like the historical treatment of Black Americans in the U.S. Just like Black Americans were forced into slavery and then denied full citizenship through segregation and systemic racism, Congolese Tutsis have been denied full recognition as Congolese despite living there for generations. Their enemies argue that they should go back to Rwanda, even though many have no connection to Rwanda. They are treated as outsiders because of their ethnicity, similar to how racial prejudice in America historically excluded Black Americans from full citizenship rights. 3. Why does President Tshisekedi oppose M23's citizenship rights? There are 3 main reasons. A. Political strategy. Tshisekedi is using the Rwanda threat to rally nationalist support. By making M23 look like a foreign-backed group rather than Congolese citizens, he strengthens his political position. Many Congolese people resent Rwanda due to past conflicts, so blaming Rwanda for eastern DRC's problems helps Tshisekedi gain public support. B. Control over minerals. The Kivu region, where M23 is based, is rich in coltan, gold, tin, and other minerals. If the Tutsi community gains full rights, they would have economic and political power over this region. This could disrupt the current system, where Congolese elites and Western companies benefit from the instability and illegal mineral trade. C. Western influence. The DRC is one of the richest countries in natural resources, but it has been historically exploited by Western powers. The US, Europe, and international corporations have an interest in keeping the DRC government weak and dependent. By supporting Tshisekedi and keeping M23 out of power, Western interests maintain control over Congo's resources. 4th, is Tshisekedi serving the West instead of his own people? Yes, there is strong evidence that Tshisekedi is acting in the interests of Western powers rather than in the interests of Congolese unity. Instead of integrating Congolese Tutsis, he is using them as a scapegoat for the DRC's problems. This benefits European and American corporations who want to keep DRC weak so they can exploit its resources without a strong local government. M23 threatens this system because if they gain recognition, they will demand more control over local resources, cutting out corrupt elites and foreign companies. 5. Should M23 be forced to leave? Absolutely not. The M23 are Congolese, not Rwandan, and forcing them to leave is like saying Black Americans should go back to Africa when they were born in the US and helped build the country. They have every right to stay in Congo. The real issue is racism, economic greed, and political manipulation, not nationality. Conclusion: the bigger picture. The fight in Eastern Congo is not just about ethnicity, it's about who controls the resources. The Congolese Tutsis are being denied their rights because powerful people want to keep controlling the land and minerals. The West benefits from this conflict by keeping the DRC weak and dependent. If the DRC truly wanted peace, it would recognize M23 and other Congolese Tutsis as full citizens and negotiate a fair political solution. But as long as money and Western interests are involved, the conflict will continue.
Hey, this is Janetta, and you're watching Africa Speak.